G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all well. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Costs you nothing, helps me out. But today we want to talk a little bit about another Dynasty game that might be coming out or should be coming out sometime this year. Um, so these Dynasty games are a bit hit and miss, but we'll talk a little bit about the developers of each game and also the promoters of each game, or the publishers. So the publisher of all the Dynasty games is Toplits, and they started in about 2019. So probably a lot of you guys haven't heard of the game that started off the Dynasty series, but it was a farming game called Farmers Dynasty. It came out in 2019, early on, maybe November, something, or not early on, but early on compared to today. So end of 2019, there was a farming simulator called Farmers Dynasty. So that was the first Dynasty that we got. I never played the game, of course. I'll show you some footage here. I don't know what it looked like, but this is one of the few games that Toplits had published at that time. Then we had to jump forward for another 2 years, and they bought out a game called Lumberjack Dynasty. So we're going to get to Medieval Dynasty, which you guys know if you've been watching my channel is one of my favourite games. But you can sort of see the progression that they're getting from Farmer Simulator to Lumberjack Simulator, and then they kind of put everything together. But of course these are all different developers. But anyway, I didn't play Lumberjack. I did watch some videos on it back in the day. Looked alright, but it never really went anywhere. Just with a lot of Toplits games, they don't go anywhere. But then all of a sudden we did get Medieval Dynasty. Now I bought into Medieval Dynasty, one, because I love medieval games for a start. I also like survival and simulation games. If you, like I said, if you watch my channel, Valheim and Medieval Dynasty are the two games that I play and have been playing for such a long time. So I got in very early on Medieval Dynasty. Fantastic game. I think I paid $5 for it. So ridiculously cheap. I've got thousands of hours in that game. Really love it. Still play it today. Still making videos on it. They keep updating it, which is fantastic, which most early access games don't. They've added new maps. They've added new buildings. They've added new decorations, new game mechanics, new food, new armor sets, new weapons. So watching that game start off with the way that it did, and seeing how it's got better and better over time is fantastic. If you haven't played Medieval Dynasty, jump in. It's only, depending on which country you are, of course, it's about $15 to $20 depending on your exchange rate. But anyway, Medieval Dynasty, still hooked on that game, fantastic, and that's what really set up the Dynasty brand for me, but also for Toplits, because that game sold quite a few copies for them, and there's quite a big community on Medieval Dynasty. Lots of YouTubers that make games on it, stream it, so there's a big following for Medieval Dynasty. If you haven't played the game, you start off in a little place in Poland, you build up your village, you have to do everything. It's you're a third person, but you actually run the village, so it's a management, survival, building game set in Medieval Dynasty, which is fantastic. Then, so after 2 years of Medieval Dynasty, or maybe 3 years, yeah, so well, there was a couple of things that Toplits did. They released a promotion on Pirates Dynasty. Never heard anything more about it. Looked good, but it was just a promotional 140-second clip of some pirate thing. Don't know who the developers are. Never heard anything about it ever again. Maybe just a cash grab from Toplits. Then we did get Wild West Dynasty. Now that game is an absolute scam. So I paid $20 for that game, thinking that okay, same publisher as Medieval Dynasty, Wild West could be interesting, could be a whole different thing. But it is a janky walking simulator piece of shit. And if you go back 2 years, I did a video on it. And in fact, I got a bit of pushback from Toplits over that video because I said it's just a scam. I played it 3 months ago. Nothing's changed, hasn't been updated, still as boring as hell. So don't ever buy Wild West Dynasty. But again, don't get confused between these games because they're different developers. So the Medieval Dynasty is a small development team out of Poland, I think. They do a great job. Wild West is just a cash grab, pretty ordinary game. Wouldn't buy it. They can't give it away. Anyway, then after we got Wild West Dynasty, we then got Sengoku Dynasty, which is a Japanese-styled game. A couple of my passions again: survival, building, management, and Japanese. So I was really looking forward to this game. Okay game. Still in early access, still working through the bugs, but I can kind of see what's happening with it, the same as what happened with Medieval Dynasty. Started off as a pretty base game. They keep updating, and anytime developers are constantly adding updates after every 4 months or something, that means they're passionate about the game and maybe there is a future in it. Is it worth $20? No. Is it a bit of fun? Yes. Something new, something different. Lot of grinding in it. There is grinding in Medieval Dynasty, but it seems to have a different feel. The building systems are different. Again, different developer, just the same publisher. If it was half the price, is it worth it? Yes. $20? No. But I've already bought the game. I'm probably going to jump into it with the next update. Because, again, like I said, if the developers continue to do what they're doing, follow the same path as Medieval Dynasty, well, then they might have a game in the future. Now, there was another game that was promised, which was Vampire Dynasty. Same thing. They released a 40-second grab of Vampire Dynasty, had all these great castles and all that sort of stuff. Haven't heard anything about it ever again. But they have done the exact same thing with a game called Viking Dynasty, which is supposed to be coming out this year sometime. Again, different developers. I think these developers are in South Africa. If any of these developers are watching my videos, just copy the guys in Poland and you will have a great game that you will sell. If you want to do it all your own way, well then these games just aren't working. So with Toplits, it's very hit and miss. You can get a really good game, or you can get what I call scams, where they're just using the name Dynasty to work off Medieval Dynasty and just chuck something else in. But anyway, the new one is Viking Dynasty. I love Valheim. I love the whole medieval Viking, the whole theme going on there. Hopefully it goes the same way as Medieval Dynasty, but we'll have a look at the trailer and then you make up your mind. But like I said, Toplits is very hit and miss. Don't spend more than $10 because you might be disappointed. But anyway, there you go guys. Here's the video, and if you want to, support the channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next one. Stay medieval. Salah.